All right, everybody, week 6, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, program design review. I put on both of the workouts this week for a suggested warm-up. What I like to do to huddle people up is you're going through your ramp warm-up, and then I'm like, all right, when I say 2 claps, give me 2. When I say pride clap, give me 3. When I say 1 clap, get a little closer each time, like it was 2019, right? And so, like, then, you're bringing them all into the huddle. And just as important as bringing them in and clapping it up and whoa and breaking it down is what will you say? What will you say? My suggestion is know what you're going to say before you get there. Just whatever it might be. Hey guys, if we're going to get the most out of this, we got to put the most into it. So let's all agree and do all in on 3, whatever that might be. So I like to bring people together into the huddle. It's a real simple addition. You didn't have to learn a whole new warm up. You just had to learn how to clap and bring them together. Just make a plan for what you might say. Again, the yellow highlights, they give you a purpose at each station. I'll be typing more as Jeremy goes. And then the red are just suggested forms of entertainment. They might be a song you play or something you might say. What I do want to say about these workouts, Corning's been doing it for a long time because they are the most, their largest location, right? They're used to big groups. They might have 50 on their floor at once or whatever. So they'll stay all 3 exercises and they'll go there for, in this week, it says 4 sets, but whatever that week calls for. And it saves a lot of problems. People don't have to worry about transitioning as quickly to the next station. They don't have to worry about trying to find their equipment when they come back because their equipment just stays with them. So definitely a great program that we're about to discuss right here. You don't have to circuit them around the room and then circuit them around the room. Just demonstrate those stations and let them go. Jeremy, over to you, man.
Yeah, so based off that, this is a circuit style workout, but I would say what we have done with this one though, when we have an overcrowded class and we can't fit all 3 circuits in, it's very simple to turn this one into a complex, right? Like we just did last week, because that row, this whole row, the whole first row are dumbbell splitty ball. That whole first row is gonna be another, heavier weight with dumbbells. But again, you can substitute fit fighters or sandbags. With this one, I had that purposely done that way. You have all 3 kettlebells. You have all 3 rip trainers again. You have all TRX straps, right? So if it gets to a point where you can't cycle the room, you can turn this particular format into a complex, and that designs right there for you. So our complex fitness that we did last week, where you are seeing in one spot 3 times around, you can do this one easily with this format. How this is just your typical circuit, right? You're just going to get 3 circuits instead of 2 because it goes a little faster. Another thing you can do too, if you want to do a circuit, I try to stay away from the floor. Like I don't want people to get on their backs because you only got 20 seconds. So a push-up, you get down to the ground or elevated surface, you do a push-up, you can get up, move on to the next move, the thing, because you don't have a lot of time in the transition period. I try to stay away from being on the floor on this one, so you're going to see most of the stuff is going to be on your feet. I did all bilateral movements on the top, and then you'll see the next 2 rounds are going to be more unilateral. So if you want to do like 3 times around for the top one and then go 4 times around for the bottom 2, depending on your class time, depending on the class size, that's another option as well. So you can do 3 times around, 4 times around, 4 times around, or again, big class, just turn this into a complex that you have people to stay in that spot, hit the 3 dumbbells first, and then they move on to the 3 dumbbells first, 3 times each, and then move on to the other set of dumbbells that are going to be or fit fighter, sandbags, whatever you're using in that second circuit. Same thing when we're doing this week, 3 times around. You got 3 times around, 30 seconds, spray down, wipe down, grab some water, and then go to the kettlebells, right? So that's what I like about this one as well. So if you feel like it's too fast for people too, and your clientele needs to like slow down, just go right to it. And I could actually, it's very simple to make this, you could make this into a complex on the CloudFit as well. So I could even do that for whoever is interested in doing that as an overcrowded for 20 seconds going forward. But so we have your stability ball work. So this is gonna be more of lighter dumbbells, right? So you're gonna work with a supinated grip, so palms up, You're gonna get even more focused on the pecs because you're squeezing the pecs as you come up with that front raise, getting the core. So staying tall and strong, press the leg onto the spine on that splitty ball as you come up back down to control. If someone's not sending the ball, they can still do that for standing. I want you to help them get to the next station faster. Um, you could play like the Lion King song that right when Rakishi or whatever is holding up Simba. That could be good. But you also can use that for the split squat overhead press too. So just determine when you want to use that. I know Sam plays it a lot.
I do pink, raise your glass.
There's that one, and then you got for the kettlebell overhead press. You can play the Lion King one.
There you go, Mufasa,
And
Simba.
so we have over here, then our station 2 would be the dumbbell squat, single arm alternating high row. So getting some trap work on this one. A high row, again, I wouldn't recommend for everyone. So if they have any shoulder impingements, if they feel any stress on the shoulder, instead of doing a high row, just come up with a single arm shrug, bring it back down, squat down. And again, you can use a Fit Fighter or a sandbag, a light sandbag for this movement. If you have some extra dumbbells laying around, kettlebells, you can carry them over to the class to give them the best experience there. Double front load carry, so bringing 2 kettlebells up, elbows are locked in, brace the core. Again, I like to have the fist under my chin, not out here. So you want to really engage it, stay tight. So you'll see people walking with the weights back here on their shoulders. Have them have that front load, so you really focus on the core. Again, you can throw out some, catwalk music to have some fun with this one as you're going through it. If you're not working with the front load, that's too much to get up there. Just hold it down to the side and do a classic farmer carry with both kettlebells. Or if you don't have enough kettlebells, just stick with one side. You're going around. Well, that technically will go around 3 times if the class is big, but it should, if it's small enough, you should be able to do 4 times around on all 3 circuits and be done in time, in enough time for to get all 4 done if it's a small class with 5 stations. So I would recommend a faster warm up with these ones, just to make sure you can fill all 3 circuits. The rip trainer side to side low chop. This one is a little awkward, but it's really hard to find movements that are bilateral with the rip trainer. Everything usually is on one side. So this one is like coming down to the side. You can get a little ski motion with this one. Being that as a winner, you can hop side to side with it as you come on one side of the foot. Walk it out if you're not hopping, or just bring it through as you come through with the ski stick or the rip trainer. Find your hoppiness. Have some fun with that. And then the mixed grip or the reverse grip, tricep extension, lot on grip. So like this is a good grip test. So I would recommend starting up higher and then start walking feet in, because it does get a little, it feels awkward, but it's always good to challenge the grip, right? So really squeeze it as you come with the reverse grip. And if that is too much on anybody's wrist, just go to your classic tricep extension on the TRX. All right. No saggy hips on this.
Works that medial head a little bit more too,
Yeah.
which is good.
Just even different variations with, like, even if you're doing dumbbells, like you can go neutral, you can do skull crushers here, but it's always good like to have like something like, so you are getting more of the medial head on the tricep.
Right. For the tricep has 3 heads, right? And sometimes my medial head is a little lacking. Like, like I feel like
I don't get the love.
Yeah, you gotta give it some love there. Yeah. All right. Back to you,
And so that's round 1. And again, depending on the class size, you can go 3-4-4, or again, you could turn this into a complex Phoenix, whatever best suits your session. So round 2, we have the around the world. You're gonna come onto your back. It's gonna work shoulder mobility, right? So you want to connect the dumbbell underhand grip and come around the head with the dumbbell. So this is light. This is lightweight, not heavyweight. It can be even done with just your body weight. Just come overhead. For some people, is a challenge, and it come back through as you're on your back. And if you're not going on this one, doing this, the one you could do is, if you're close to the wall, just focus on standing wall, scapular slides, right, coming down and back. So you can still work the shoulder work on this, but take away from the floor, because again, it's only 20 seconds. So I really don't want them on their back doing scapular floor slides. they have to get back up and only get 10 seconds to get to the next spot. So
Can I
instead of
say something on that, Jeremy? I want to give an example. There was a lady here the other day, Marty Morningstar, and she was like, I always know when I've been to Journey because that's when my shoulders are hurting or whatever. And I knew that she's, has this bank job. And so all day, like at her desk, right? So she's internally rotated and she probably already has an impingement that might get aggravated during certain shoulder exercises that we'd have her do here. So I immediately told her, right during that set, I'm like, you need to get to a wall when you're at your office and just do these scapular wall slides as much as you can. 80% of our world or more has that same issue. So like to be able to teach them that this week, you could really improve somebody's shoulder health and improve their life, right? So
yeah,
great suggestion there. Like one, teach them why are they doing this? They're doing this for shoulder mobility. They're doing this to stretch their internal rotators. We're all internally rotated. If you don't like laying on a ball and do it, get over there to the wall because we all need it. Like that.
yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
And you could too. You could if you're not going to lay down, you could sit down on the ball still. I'll come up a little further. Bring your hands under your legs, and again, body weight just come above the head,
Yeah.
down, right? So you're still getting that same movement, but you're not going to be laying on your back, right? And if you want to add some light dumbbells, add some light dumbbells as you come up, back down. Like me doing that right now feels great on my left shoulder. Like I need to do that more
If
often.
you get somebody doing it against the wall, I just want to tell people in the video that like Google that scapular wall slides because we won't take any more time to show you right now, but you want your heels, you want your butt touching, you want to see as much of your forearms touching those walls as you do those slides. Because some people will try to stand with their feet way away from their wall, but that's obviously
You are all connected, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like don't watch my left arm, watch my right arm. I do single arm ones when I demonstrate because my left arm doesn't touch. So awkward. And then you got your dumbbell seesaw lunge. So you're just gonna step forward and step back into the lunge. I like to exaggerate the step at the top. You get some more balance challenge. So as you go through it, get a nice pause, step into that lunge front, come up, step behind. You see on the same side for the 20 seconds round two, hit the other leg around 4 times, and hit both sides twice. So this could also be done with, fit fighter in the hand the leg that's moving. Again, if you have extra dumbbells, you can have 2 dumbbells per hand, or just keep it to one isolation, one single hand. As you do that round two against push-up hands. Still can do this movement without going deep in the lunge. You can just make sure somebody that has issues with knees, they can literally still exaggerate that step and just step forward, come back up, and then step behind and take away the lunge if you're not going down deep into that lunge. And again, around 4 times, we hit both sides twice, going back and forth, front to back. Kettlebell push-up. This is definitely more, I feel this a lot more in my triceps because it's kind of mimicking a diamond. So I always put the kettlebell flat. Our kettlebells are flat on the bell part. So I use bigger ones on it so it doesn't move on you. I'm not sure how everyone else's. I don't know if they're rounded or not. But our numbers are at is flat, so they sit really well on the floor. They're not flat.
No. Yeah. So
you could use bigger so they have a better, more surface. You might want to grab your bigger kettlebells out and just have them put their hands on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you're still gonna get more. I feel way more mid pec focus, and more tricep engagement when I use the kettlebells. It also takes away from going down all the way down to the ground, doing it from your knees. But also if they're not working with that, they have so much on the wrist. Just master the perfect push-up. If they have not got the push-up down, then just focus on getting the push-up. Again, get a plow box around the area if you have them. So you can advance them to a plow box, knotty wall, plow box, floor, mini bands. This is a great station to really help people get focused on mastering their push-up form. Now, for anyone that's advanced and they're doing this too, you want to add some posterior work as they go to the push-up. They can do a leg raise, alternate leg raise, get some glute activation as they go down with that push-up too. So you can add more to this one to make it more fun. So it's not just a classic push-up. So it could be a push-up with a leg raise, push-up, and then again, what's going to focus more is hitting, triceps, and again, getting a good squeeze in mid pecs. And no jackrabbits. I want full extension. no pumping, all the way up.
Oh, jackrabbit.
No jackrabbits.
That's right.
And then we got our scissor high chop. So get the feet going first, get the coordination going, front to back with the feet, and then you say high like your lacrosse stick. Aim high with it. Aim high with it. Another one, I would say everyone's trying the right side. Round two, left, right, left, right. If they're not working with the quick feet or the chop or the scissors, they can just walk it out still as they get the high chop, or they can just stick with a high chop and avoid the scissors altogether. And then we're going to get a single arm roll at the TRX. The more upright you are, the easier to be. Walk your feet in deeper, makes it more intense. You want to keep your shoulder square. Try not to drop the shoulder. So I always mimic as if I have the other strap in my hand as I roll up to show that I'm like in line, not dropping that shoulder down. Yeah. With that hip square, toe square, try not to rotate at the hips. Fight the core, keep the core tight as you make your way through this. You are working a lot more core on this as you're still getting the lat activation with that single arm roll. The next one, round three, you got your torso twist. Think since we have, one or two dumbbells here, you can even take the two light dumbbells and bring them together as you go shoulder to shoulder. When you're doing this one too, this is, oh man, my back is cracked. You're not trying to move your legs. Your knees shouldn't be going with your body. Try to keep the lower body in place and just really rotate at the torso as you go through, right? And then bringing your shoulder onto the stability ball, come back center, shoulder on to the stability ball, come back center, while maintaining the lower body as pretty much stiff as possible, because you don't want to take away from the core rotation by trying to rotate your legs with it. And then you're going to see members like fall off the ball. Now, if you're not going down to the ball, you can still stand tall here, and still get a twist, center, twist, center. And this is not about speed. You should not be here with the twist and pivot. I want to say in control with the rotation, work the transverse region without putting too much stress on that low back. But we should be working in rotation. We do move in rotation every day. Like when we look behind the back, well, the people, I still do it. I don't use my backup camera. I still rotate to look over my shoulder. Or is that false? Yeah, right. So this is rotation, right? We rotating. So you should be able to move like this. You keep moving like that, you got some issues. You should probably get that looked at. Go see a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Then all you have our single leg balance here with another single leg deadlift with a single arm row. Right here, you got the fit fighters in the station, the sandbags. You conquer that movement with this, or heavier dumbbell, because we're not using heavy dumbbells on that first station. You can, you want to throw a 50 over there or more. You should be able to roll that 45s and up for that movement. You got that option. If you're not going with the single leg, so you want to be same side, boom, here, roll, back down, give yourself a 4 count. 1 is the bend, 2 roll, 3 release, 4 stand back up. Not doing that, do the V stance, toe to heel. Apply all that, most of the weight onto that down leg as you roll at the bottom of it, and you reset at the top within that 20 seconds. Get a good, 3 to 4 quality reps on this one. Just focus on reps, not speed. And then you have your Mufasa or your Simba, right? So you get the split stance, split squat with the overhead press, taking the kettlebell, hold it here, tight to your chest, got the side, whatever you want, coming down, come up. Finish the movement first, finish the split squat first, then go for that press. Issues with the press, keep it low, hit a bicep curl, and avoid going overhead. And play with the range of motion with the split squat if you have any issues there. And then we have our side shuffle, low chops. This can be like the hockey stick. Again, get the mitts out. Get the mitts out. I want to get the mitts out for the high, the scissor. I mean, you could, right? You could get them up there, give them an aim point to aim for as they chop up the scissors, but you might have somebody that trying to focus on their feet and the stick at the same time, and the stick might come somewhere you don't want it to go to. So I'll be cautious on, the scissor one with the overhead chop, because you can see things all over the place, right? People come back and smack themselves in the face with that one. The side shuffle low chop, but you could come in here, keep it low with the mitt, have an aim for as they come through chop. If they're not working with the speed, they can walk it out, or they can just hit that pivot as they stick with a low chop here, say athletic. Bungee down to the ground on that one, bungee high on the chop. As a reminder, because you see, yeah, the rip trainers are fun. And then we have a sprint to start, so get a little single leg power on this one. DPR, the part will be. If you have anything like Olympic style, I know you can download like the gunshot, like are you ready? And then sprinters take your mark, get set, go, and they'll have a gunshot. Might, you know, if you have any people that are black people, they might run out the gym because they hear gunshots, but
Jeremy. Yeah, so
I feel like I can say that, right? I would. Listen, I hear guns, I ain't looking, I'm going. So just saying. All right, then we have an Everest challenge. So this is fun. This is they can do 25, 30. I think 30 is a good time for people. Have the boxes out too for members who are not going out to the ground, that they can do their burpees on the ground. So you can start at one. So in the top of every 30 seconds, you increase. You go up to five, down to one with the burpees. All right. So you can start at 5, go to 1, go up to 5. Have some fun. You can switch it up as the week goes on. To challenge people. But within that 30 seconds, you're trying to get 1 burpee. You get up and sprint. 3, 2, 1, 2 burpees, get up and sprint. Up to 5, down to 1. And again, if you want to switch it up, as the week goes on, and start at 5, work way to 1, back up to 5. They're gonna just add a little bit more variety to the finisher. Put that. So yeah. And we got if you have a 6 station, we have our sliders out, body saw, some core, you got a pike up there, some hamstring flexibility with that. And then you have a army crawl. If you have equalizers, I like to have equalizers on army crawl. It's kind of like, what's that game called? Operation. So like if people hit the equalizers as they army crawl through it, I always hit them with like they're getting stung. You know what I mean? So have some fun with that if you have equalizers. So if you have that 6 station, you got the veil slides, which are pretty standard, easy movements to do.
Which I think we got a couple locations that may not have the turf and so they don't have valve slides, and it's like it just mimics the movement, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can
So
do
you
a
can just
body
go from your toes, an inchworm,
right. Yep.
got the pike, walking down, walking back up, and then army crawl. You're gonna do a high plank and just walk the high plank out, and make sure you just keep the hips in line. You know what I mean? Try to anti-hip rotation. Try not to rotate the hips as you walk out and walk back. So yeah, they can all be done too if you don't have the turf for the sliders. Which I wonder if eventually, like if people don't have turf, like they find those white boards that we had back in
Yeah,
Heights.
those
They
were
were,
good.
and they seemed like they could.
Those were good. I'll tell you, we used to bring something from downstairs. We had like an extra roll of carpet or turf or whatever, and we'd roll it out like as if we were putting equipment at a station, because it would give people like that opportunity to just do that. So you could go one of 2 ways with that, like what you were saying, or even just something simple to just create like that less of a friction surface. I just highlighted that orange, over here at the top, because like you said, you feel like there's too much competition for your dumbbells, use sandbags or fit fighters in column 2. So I think that's really good. Something you said on the previous workout, like these TRX ones work really well for us, like the high chops and things like that. But the high chops or low chops, because it's not taking up too much room. But like, on our previous workout where we might use jam balls, another thought too that I had was on that kettlebell push-up, it could be a jam ball or a vert ball push-up. Really easy to throw some jam balls or vert balls over there. And, some people have just a little different shape to their kettlebells, right? So they work better in some locations than others. Or, if you feel like, it gives people a little bit more to sink into, especially with a jam ball than a vert ball, right? A little
more cushion.
Yeah, cushion for the wrist. So, but yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I know my medial head on my triceps needs some work, and my mid pec too. So I feel like I'm excited for the reverse grip triceps with the mid pec exercise on the kettlebell, I'll be
We've been talking about your medial pec.
They said they've been talking about my medial pecs. I didn't even know it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.